Oh, shit. What's up, my gamers? Today I will be reviewing, more just like my general thoughts on Clone Wars Season 7. I don't have a script, this is unscripted, it's just like me going on sort of like, not a rant, but like not a rant because I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. But yeah, it's just my thoughts. So I'm gonna do, there's 12 episodes in Season 7. 3 story arcs. Each story arc takes up 4 episodes. So I'll go over each story arc individually and talk about them. But first, there is one thing I'd like to mention. There are quite a few other story arcs that were not included. For example, Boba Fett killing Cad Bane, which explain why he's not used in the original trilogy, which I would really want to see, but I mean, Disney, like, nevertheless, the Bad Batch story arc was pretty good. To be honest, I'm probably a bit like biased towards this because the Bad Batch arc was released as unfinished like animated story reels onto YouTube for free, like not for free, but like copyright free, like years ago. So I've already seen them, and I prefer those ones, despite the animation being finished at least, and the animation in the season is fantastic. It's outstanding. But yeah, because the story in that one was better. This scene doesn't happen.
Come on, Rex. Time to move out.
Fives. Echo. Before that heavy.
And B, at the end, Echo stays with the clones instead of going off with the Bad Batch, because that doesn't really make sense with them. Like, they were arguing the whole time about him being a reg and whatever, and how something's going off with them. Doesn't really make sense. But, I mean, it does grow on the character of Rex, and it was good. It's pretty entertaining. I already knew Echo was alive, so it doesn't affect me that much, but, like, overall rating for the Bad Batch arc, I'm gonna try and be unbiased and pretend I've never seen the unfinished story reels. I would say 7 or 7.5. 7.25 out of 10. How about that? 7.25 out of 10. The Martinez sisters arc. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This arc is bad, almost pointless, not completely pointless. I am annoyed that those 4 episodes took up 4 of the 12 episodes they had to use Season 7 for. You know, the final season ever we're getting, and with the best animation style. So I'm pretty annoyed about that. To be fair, it does kind of give us an idea about like how the galaxy sees the Jedi instead of just how senators and the Jedi see the Jedi. So I guess a bit of like an outside view looking in on that, which we don't really get much of during Clone Wars. And I like that, but the characters are so annoying. Trace, I think her name is Trace. The younger one, the character's just so unrealistic. Their parents got killed, she's lived with just her sister who's manipulative, and she's super poor. She's not going to be nice to you. She's not just going to be nice to everyone. Her mental health would have just like mine, would have seriously deteriorated. There we go. So, yeah, and like, one of the episodes, I think it's episode 3, maybe? It starts with them being imprisoned by the Pikes, by the Pike Syndicate, and then it ends with them being captured again and put them together. Why is my brain just fucking not working? So yeah, the only really important stuff is that you get from those 2 seasons are how the Jedi, which is actually good, but there's so little of it unfortunately, how the Jedi are seen throughout the galaxy by like the average person, and also that the Mandalorians are like need help taking down Maul. Which bridges right into the final story arc. These 4 episodes is one of the best we have ever seen in Star Wars. Okay, out of everything of Star Wars, at least in my opinion, but this is kind of like agreed one generally. There's Episode 5, Episode 3, other people might be the other way around, but everything else is underneath. This season, I would say, is like here. So underneath the two best movies, on top of everything else Star Wars that's ever happened ever. It's so good. It's so good. My god, Dave Filoni is a genius. Okay, I'm gonna admit, I just turned that fucking fan off. I am gonna admit, I did cry, but fucking hell, like, the reason I say Dave Filoni is a genius, everyone knows Order 66 is gonna happen. Everyone already knows what's gonna happen. Everyone knows how it's gonna happen. Everyone knows what's gonna happen before, directly before, directly after, and a long time after. Everyone knows who's going to die and who isn't going to die, because in Star Wars Rebels, we see, which takes place after, we see Rex and Ahsoka are all alive. And yet, it's still so good. It's still surprising. It's still dramatic. It's still effective. It's still emotional. It's outstanding how they managed to do it. My god. I love how it starts. The very last story arc of the Clone Wars starts the same way the very first Clone Wars movie started, with a giant battle, and then Anakin comes with the jet troopers, whereas Obi-Wan and Cody's battalion are like fighting and struggling. It's just the same, and then there's a reference to Fulcrum, which is Ahsoka, which she becomes Ahsoka in Rebels. Admiral Yularen is old. That's cool, I guess. I think one of the ways they managed to make Order 66 so, like, scary is because, not scary, but, like, ominous, I guess? I don't really know how to describe it. Feel like such a threat, I guess. Darth Maul, who we know is such a threat, he killed Qui-Gon Jinn, he killed Satine, he took over the throne of Mandalore, he started the Shadow Collective. He's a big threat to the galaxy and all the main characters. And he is terrified. He's been having nightmares for months about this event which is about to occur, and no one knows what's going to happen. It puts everyone on edge. They're like, holy fuck, this guy who's taken over Mandalore is scared to death of something. How am I supposed to feel about this? How's the audience supposed to feel? Like, subconscious, even though you already know what's gonna happen, you subconsciously it makes you think, like, holy shit, this is a big deal. And it is, of course it is, but like, it really makes you think about it. This scene between Ahsoka and Anakin, the last they ever see, is actually mentioned in Rebels.
You capture Maul, I'll take care of Grievous. With any luck, this will all be over soon.
Master Kenobi always said there's no such thing as luck.
Good thing I taught you otherwise.
Anakin. Good luck.
One.
He's amazing.
3.
I've watched these recordings to help me with my own saber training.
5.
You should have seen him in person.
Again.
Anakin Skywalker.
2.
He was my master.
Pivot. 4.
Kanan said he was the greatest warrior the Jedi had in the Clone Wars.
He was powerful. Rarely lost a battle. But what surprised people was how kind he was. He cared deeply about his friends and looked out for them until the end.
Practice these exercises mindfully, and you'll see improvement. I promise.
Do you know what happened to him?
The last time I saw him, he was rushing off to save the Chancellor. Then everything changed. The war ended, and the Jedi were accused of treason. One by one, they were hunted down.
By the Inquisitors.
Or worse.
Star Wars is a tragedy. That's what it is. It's so tragic. My god, it's so sad. It's so fucking sad. The way Rex receives Order 66. He drops his helmet. He's crying. He says, "Fives, find him." Like, you need to find Fives. Saying that to Ahsoka. They did that. I thought they would just forget about Fives. They didn't. CT 55 will live on. If it wasn't for Fives, Ahsoka would be dead. And Rex would be still under the control of the chip and serving the Empire. Thank you, Fives. You did your duty as a soldier. It's so masterfully done. The fact that they're all wearing Ahsoka's... I don't know what it's called, but like her logo, insignia, I guess, they've painted it on, and now they're trying to kill her while wearing those helmets. And then, near the end, when when Jesse orders every single clone trooper in the ship to the hangar to try and help kill Ahsoka and Rex, there are a lot of normal, like, plain, not 501st, well, at least not 501st markings, plain white clone troopers. I think that echoes that the Republic is kind of turning into the Empire, which is really sort of effective but subtle thing. And this scene here is so tragic.
The order was to execute the Jedi for treason against the Republic. The problem is, Ahsoka Tano is no longer a Jedi. Hasn't been for some time. Sir, you said yourself we're under special order from Darth Sidious to eliminate Ahsoka Tano and any other clone who disobeys Order 66.
Just keep on talking. A little bit longer.
Jesse, listen to me. We've known each other a long time. If we don't get this right, we will be the ones committing treason, not her. Commander Rex, you're in violation of Order 66. I accuse you of treason against the Grand Army of the Republic. You'll be demoted in rank from commander and subject to execution, along with the traitor Ahsoka Tano.
Notice that after everything that Rex says, Jesse hesitates for a bit, thinks about it. It makes Order 66 even more tragic because it shows that the clones do still have... They're not mindless. They're not just like mindless droids. They do still have capacity for thought. It's just that part of it is gone because they think that the Jedi have become effectively separatists, and so they have to kill them. And it's shown that they can easily be stopped by thinking this because of what happened to Rex. But that didn't happen. All those clones died. They were trying to kill the main character, the protagonists. And yet, everyone feels sad for them when they die. Because we've been with the clones. It's the Clone Wars. We've been watching all these horrifying battles like clones have had to go through. They're actually like people instead of the mindless droids. Jesse, we've been with Jesse since season 2. And now he's dead, defending what he thought was the Republic, but wasn't. And I think the fact that when that scene, my god, this is one of the most powerful scenes in media history, in TV film ever. Play it. Holy fucking shit. The Republic logo on Jesse's helmet, I'm pretty sure symbolizes that the Republic is now completely dead, and the Empire has just swept over them. Do you like my little hand? Yeah. I also love how he got a little Maul Rogue One scene, kind of, where he's doing the same thing as Darth Vader did at the end of Rogue One, killing all those clone troopers. What's funny, a lot of people, including myself, actually thought that this season 7 wouldn't be that good because Disney would water down, because it's now in by Disney, it would water down a lot of the action, make sure that no one actually died. It was just like Blaster getting cut in half. Oh no! Oh no no! Oh no no! That's not correct. You get people getting chopped in half, decapitated, arms getting cut off. It's insane, and I love it. Also, there is actually one of the droids that Ahsoka finds when trying to find out about Rex. 5, sorry. Is Ahsoka's droid from the Clone Wars movie. Not Clone Wars, was it the Clone Wars movie? Either Clone Wars movie or the first season of the Clone Wars. So that's a nice callback. Unfortunately, Ahsoka dies. I also like how the ship that Rex and Ahsoka escaped in is a Y-Wing. That definitely wasn't a random choice, because Y-Wing is the only ship that instead of going from, or at least I think, like, I'm doing this without a script, I haven't had time to think about it, I'm just rolling off the tongue, so it might be incorrect, but at least I can think of right now, is the only ship that instead of going from Republic to the Empire, went from Republic to the Rebellion, as in, like, which faction used it, which would be fitting for why Ahsoka and Rex escape in it, as in, like, they're the only good part of the Republic that's escaped to be in the Rebellion, and the rest was killed and turned into the Empire. The Maul, also, just with episodes 9 and 10, instead of 11 and 12, when I'm talking about so much, between Maul and Ahsoka, not as good as a lot of people say. Okay. Ignore what I just said. They're also extremely good. But they're not perfect, like the last 2 episodes are. Mainly because of this one scene. A lot of people are saying the Ahsoka vs. Maul fight was really good. I didn't like it that much. There's this weird jump in the middle of it. It's extremely short. The music is kind of like, and it ends with this. I don't know about you, but I burst out laughing when that happened, because it's like, that's the sort of thing you laugh at, like just like someone suddenly getting thrown out a window. It's funny. I don't think that's what they're trying to get across. They're trying to get across that Ahsoka's suit like grown a lot in power, that she can take on Maul. But it just ends up giving me a chuckle. That brings it down a bit because the tone is completely ruined. My god, it's so sad. It's sadder when Rex says this.
How widespread is this?
Ahsoka, it's all of us. The entire Grand Army of the Republic has been ordered to hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights.
Then, after you see the next episode where the clones all die and then Jedi so super stuff bad happens, tons of people die, you realise that, considering what Rex said, this happens everywhere. This extremely sad event, super sad, is multiplied by 100. And there's one more thing I want to talk about. The scene between Rex and Ahsoka when Jesse and the rest of the 501st that Ahsoka got. Something else. Rex calls the people with Ahsoka's face company.
Company! Attention!
Company is like, I think it's like 144 soldiers, at least it's how it is, or 144 clones, part of the 501st Battalion. Rex is a captain, so he wouldn't be in command, at least he wasn't until the very end. He wouldn't be in command of the entire 501st Attack Battalion, no, 501st Legion. The company he fought with across the entire Clone Wars, and with Anakin and Ahsoka, was Torrent Company. And if any company would be willing to paint their faces with Ahsoka's logo, it would be Torrent Company. So every single clone who has fought alongside Anakin and Ahsoka, all of their friends, every single one of Rex's close friends, is dead. It really is amazing. Everyone knew exactly what was going to happen, and they still managed to shock everyone to their cause. So anyway, what I was just going to say, the scene where Jesse's lined up every single clone in the hangar to try and capture or kill Rex and Ahsoka, where Ahsoka's saying she doesn't want to kill them. Rex saying, come on, we have to kill them, there's no other way, we have no choice. And Ahsoka takes off his helmet and he's crying. Oh, I love this show, why'd it have to end? It's so good, it's so good. If you have not seen Star Wars The Clone Wars, if you're not a Star Wars fan, find a way to watch the last 4 episodes of Season 7. That's all I'm asking. If you're not a Star Wars fan, or you don't really care that much, watch the last 4 episodes of season 7. So that's episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12. Which are those episodes of season 7. And you'll want to watch the entire Clone Wars series, and you'll become a Star Wars fan. It's that good. Seriously. So if you did watch the entire video, then thank you a lot, because I doubt more than 3 people will watch this entire video. But my other video talking about Star Wars sequels is one of my most popular videos, so hopefully people will actually sit through and give a fuck about what I have to say. Because I'm really passionate about this, obviously. Like, I used to watch Star Wars when I was 5. I used to hate Star Wars, fun fact. I then got into Lego Star Wars when I was 5. And then eventually also, I started watching the Star Wars movies. And then I loved Star Wars since I was 5. So for 2/3 of my life, I've been loving Star Wars. And then the most tragic event of my most favourite time, and the most favourite, like, part of Star Wars, with the most favourite characters. It's so good. It's so good. Watch it. Please, for the love of God, watch it. So yeah, I really do appreciate it if you watched all the way through this video. It's probably a pretty long video, but thank you so much if you did watch all the way through it. I really hope you did enjoy it. And like, agree with me, or at least, like, appreciate my opinion or something. And, yeah, that's it for now. Bye, guys.